Watch me prove that your dog is your father. Your dog has puppies, so your dog is a father. And the dog is yours, so the dog is your father. He's also everyone's father. This is obviously nonsense. But can you say exactly where it goes wrong? If you can't, you've just been beaten by a sophist. This puzzle comes from Plato's dialogue The Euthydemus, and it stumped the ancient world. Everyone feels it's a trick. Almost no one could pinpoint the mechanism. The argument moves so fast that the trap snaps before you spot the seam. To dismantle it, Plato had to do something no one had done, expose the exact gears of the deception. To beat this, we need to know our enemy. First, who is the sophist? The word means wise man. Plato strips that away. In his late work, the sophist is no teacher of wisdom. He's a vendor of contentious contradictions, a paid arguer who imitates omniscience while knowing nothing. His one real skill, confusing others and profiting from the confusion. He doesn't outthink you with deeper knowledge, he traps you with words, and his favorite weapons are two of the most ordinary words in any language, being and not. Notice something strange about the dialogue called The Sophist. Old Plato abandons the poetry and beauty of his earlier work. He turns cold, technical, systematic. Why the shift? Because beating the sophist case by case, the way young Socrates did, never ends. There's always another trick. The only permanent victory is exposing the mechanics. So Plato builds logic itself. These two little words hide multiple meanings, and that hidden ambiguity is where the whole con lives. So let's watch the trick happen in slow motion. Step 1, the dog has a mate. Step 2, the mate has puppies. Step 3, therefore the dog is a father. All true. Now the sophist makes his move. The dog is yours. The dog is a father. So the dog is your father. Feel how smooth that was? Right there. Between is a father and is your father, the word is silently changed meaning. And to block your escape, the sophist adds, he can't be a father and not a father at the same time. So you're stuck. That single switch is the entire trap. Here are the two meanings the sophist crushes together. The first is, has a property, the dog is a father, the sky is blue. You're describing what something is like. The second is, stands in a relation or is identical to. The dog is your father. Clark Kent is Superman. You're naming a specific link between two things. These are completely different jobs for one tiny word. The sophist treats them as one. Slide from has the property fatherhood to is identical to your particular father, and the leash tightens. The escape is easy to state, hard to justify. We want to say two things at once with no contradiction. The dog is a father, and the dog is not your father. Both true side by side. But that requires a working theory of the word not. We need the right to say is not cleanly, and that turns out to be one of philosophy's deepest problems. Now the darker version from the Meno and the Gorgias. This is the Parmenidean trap. Follow it. To speak of that which is not, there must be something there to speak about. But that which is not has no being. There's nothing to grab onto. So you can't say it at all. Therefore, whatever you do say must be something, must have being. Therefore, nothing you say can be false. Therefore, no one ever can be wrong. The whole argument is built from that same slippery word, not, and it leads somewhere genuinely poisonous. Here's the cost. This collapses into Protagorean relativism. Protagoras said, man is the measure of all things, every view is true. Watch what that does. You say 2 plus 2 equals 5, I say 2 plus 2 equals 4. On the sophist's logic, neither of us is speaking that which is not. We're both saying something, so neither of us can be wrong. The scale sits perfectly level. That sounds tolerant, it's actually catastrophic. It erases the line between right and wrong entirely. Notice what we actually had to build to escape. The right to say no. Here's the chain. Genuine negation, the power to say what is not the case, makes genuine falsehood possible. Statements that can be wrong. And only where statements can be wrong can statements be genuinely right. Negation enables falsehood, falsehood enables truth. Remove negation, and the whole chain collapses into relativism, where nothing is true because nothing is false. So defeating the sophist is the same task as rescuing the very possibility of truth. They stand or fall together. These arguments sound childish. A dog, a number, a word game. But building the machinery that explains how a mistake is even possible is one of the hardest things philosophy has ever attempted. Plato's Sophist is the foundation of logic itself. It's the price of admission for a single, ordinary, indispensable sentence. The right to look at someone confidently spinning nonsense and say, "You're wrong."